Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to install a Govee LED light strip kit into your car. Now I went ahead and got the Dreamcolor LED kit that comes with 4 strips. It comes with 2 for the front, 2 for the back, 1 on each side, and then it also has the microphone in it so that it will pulse to the music and everything. So let's go ahead and get everything out of our box here and we'll take a look at what we got to install. Inside the box, we've got our light kit with the controller and the 12-volt adapter attached to it. This one doesn't have the positive and negative leads that you would be able to wire directly into your battery under the hood, so you have to connect it to the 12-volt outlet there. It came with a nice little remote that you can use to control all the different functions of the lights, but there's also an app that you can download on your phone for this, which is actually why I purchased these. And then there's also some screws to help you attach the lights, although the lights themselves actually have 3M double-sided adhesive on the back, so I don't think we're going to need to use those screws at all. And then to do a little bit of cable management, they went ahead and included some zip ties, which is actually really nice because not a lot of companies include zip ties, but they have all these cables and stuff, so it's like, you know, that's very awesome. Alrighty, so I went ahead and kind of laid the lights out real quick so you can get an idea of how we're going to install them. These two here will go in first in the under the back seats, and then we'll run the cables along the bottom under the mats, install those two behind the front seats, and then run our cable up the side. Go ahead and put our controller down there by where I have my other controller for the subwoofer in the trunk, and then we'll plug in our 12-volt adapter. I'm going to go ahead and position the light strips at the bottom of this plastic covering on the backs of my chairs. If I go any lower down here, I'll be getting into the carpet, and the 3M double-sided adhesive is not going to stick that well to that. So what we're going to do is grab some paper towels and rubbing alcohol and just go ahead and clean all this off before we make our attachments. Now that we've cleaned off our surfaces, we can go ahead and remove the backing of the tape here. And then we're just gonna go ahead and kind of get halfway in between the seat here where it looks pretty good, like it's halfway, and make sure we're all the way to the bottom. And then we're just gonna slowly press our strip on and then make sure that it is secured to the seat. Now I am actually not gonna put any of these screws in. I'm just gonna see how the 3M double-sided adhesive holds up. Usually that stuff is pretty good and lasts for quite a while on its own, and since it's gonna be inside the car, I don't think I'll really have to attach any of these extra screws here. So we'll go ahead and get the other side done, and then we'll do the front. Here are the back two installed. Don't worry, that one on the right there is not on. That's just the reflection from the light coming off of my mat down there. But this right here is what they look like installed in the back. I went ahead and literally just tucked the cable in down right under the seat there, and I'm about to put it under the floor mats in the front on each side for the cable management. And then we'll go ahead and move to the front and show you where I'm going to install those. For the light strips in the front, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way under the glove box here because there's actual plastic to attach it to under here. So I'm going to go here where they're facing down to where they're actually going to be on mine and the passenger's feet. All right, so we got the passenger side installed back here. I went ahead and put it a little further back so I'm not catching any of it in my eyesight when I'm trying to drive. And then I went ahead and just started tucking the cabling in back here and went under my floor mats there. Now, I do have this cable here that's gonna lead to the controller and the 12-volt adapter there. I don't have a hole in my center console unit here. So basically, I'm just gonna leave this cable kind of run across this front piece right here, because you can't really tell when it's in the dark, and it's not really that, you know, invasive of a looking cable. I tried to push a bunch of it through here, but it's pretty solid back here, and I don't have the tools to take all this apart and make it look nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that cable like that for now. For the driver's side, I went ahead and installed the strip a little farther forward because if I go backwards, you can see that's my airbag assembly right there. And I definitely don't want to start messing with any of my airbags. And then you can see I went ahead and started snaking my cable along back in here, making sure that it's not going to affect my e-brake or my hood release right here, this little latch to release the hood. And then I'm snaking the cable along here and inside this lip. Now that I've got all 4 strips installed, I actually decided that instead of having the controller out here next to my other controller for the subwoofer, I'm just gonna go ahead and put everything in here because I can go ahead and close this little trap door and then everything's pretty much hidden, of course, except for the wires on either side that are sticking out, but that's okay. We'll take care of those later. I'm basically gonna be controlling the thing from this little remote or the app on my phone, so I'm not gonna need to have the controller that's inside here, you know, at the ready by my knee here. Alrighty, so our last step is to go ahead and turn them on and see how they work. I went ahead and plugged them into the center console there and hit the little power switch on them. I've got the remote right here, so let's go ahead and hit our button. Perfect. We've got all 4 on there, and we can actually go between our different colors with a different button on here. And then you can change the brightness. There's like 5 or 6 different brightness settings, and then of course the music, it's going a little crazy right now because it's hearing me and also hearing the exhaust of the car, but as you can see, it's actually picking up my voice through the microphone and doing all the crazy stuff to it, and it's changing between multiple different colors at a time, which is also one of the reasons that I bought these lights. They can do multiple colors on the strip at a time, whereas the other strips I had were only one color at a time. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and if I don't get hit by that plane that's going over real low, then I hope to see you in my next video.